6 essential qualities of effective feed forward. Okay, let's look at number 1. So number 1, regenerate talent. Okay, help people see opportunities in advance. What happens sometimes in work is that, and I'm sure you've come across this phrase before, we grow blinkers. If anybody's ever seen a horse race, yeah, sometimes the horses have what they call blinkers on, which is little covers that cover their eyes from the side, so all they see is what's in front of them, okay, so they can run the race and not get distracted, right? Well, when we get into a business, sometimes we get blinkered with the day job. So all we can see is the day job, and that's all we get focused on. Okay, and what we need to try and help people, if you're going to feed forward, is you need to try and help people take those blinkers off and see a little bit wider. Have a wider view of what's going on and look for opportunities they can take in the future and maybe different actions they can take in the future. So that first little point really is about helping people see opportunities. Okay, helping people understand, don't just look at what you always look at every day when you go to work. Sit back, take the blinkers off and have a look, okay? Because what that means is if they are going in this with a wider vision, then they might avoid doing something that then has to need feedback on it, because they've had a wider vision, more opportunities, they've taken a more calculated decision because of a wider view, and so on and so on and so on, okay? How people spread their talent and grow. So this is all still about talent, but this is about helping each other across businesses as well, across business units as well. The amount of talent you guys have got in your business is going to be massive. There will be people that have hobbies outside of work that you don't even know about that could probably help people within the business. Okay, I remember doing a conference for Whirlpool. There was like 250 people on the conference, and the ops director, kind of Peter Law's equivalent in Whirlpool, rang me and said, John, have you got anybody that can video the day for us? And I said, yeah. And he said, oh, well, you know, why are you saying it like that? I said, look, I said, I have, and there's going to be a cost involved, but I said, how many people do you have reporting into you? And he said, oh, in total about 1,200. I said, I will guarantee you that there is at least one person in your 1,200 strong team that has got video skills. They do it as a hobby, or they do wedding videos, or they do whatever, or conferencing videos that you don't even know about. I bet you. And he went, do you know what? He went, I'm going to ask the question. So he went out and asked the question, could anybody come and video this day professionally and make it look great and everything else? And he had 5 people that came back to him straight away. And the point I'm making is that we don't know sometimes what talent people have. So by asking questions of what talent people have inside and outside of work, we can spread that talent pool along and give people that wider view and more tools and techniques, so less feedback is needed in the future. Because there are 7 billion people on the planet and we can get to most of them, but we don't even know the talent we've got within our team. Imagine you go out now and ask your colleagues this week. Just send an email to your colleagues, and if you're a leader, to your team saying, guys, tell me all the stuff you do outside of work. What talents have you got? Yeah, what talents could we share and use, and all that type of stuff, you know? Because it's amazing what you find out about people, but it all helps with feeding forward. What you're doing is you're feeding everybody with talents and possibilities and ways of doing things and a wider view, so people can take more informed decisions, so you don't have to feed back and people don't do what they've always done and get what they've always got on the back of it. Okay? Explore hidden talents. Really, really useful little point. That was number 1. Okay? Number 2, expand possibilities. Okay? Now, I've done a separate session on possibility thinking. Okay, generating lots of ideas very, 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 very quickly, and coming up with new ways of doing things. Okay, we called it a mind store. You can do a mind map and so on and so on. Kevin Williams put, can't wait until I roughly play ukulele. Can't wait until I roughly play ukulele is called for. Oh, I didn't even know you played the ukulele, Kevin, but you never know, it might be called for one day, yeah? Or just the fact that, you know, the skills of learning that type of instrument, for argument's sake, yeah? But you may not see an immediate need for it, but now I know, I'm going to tell Pete, and I bet Pete finds a use for it. Now you're worried, aren't you? Generate new possibilities regularly. So what I mean by that is regularly sit down and come up with new ways of doing things. Now I know you can't do that every day because you've got a job to do, but once a week, once a month, something like that. Is there a better way? Could we do it slightly differently? Yeah, because if you do that possibility thinking, whether you're using a Mindstorm, which we use, or a mind map or something, there's loads of techniques out there for generating new ideas. We just don't use them. What we do is what we've done, always, and we get the same result. If you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. So just giving that time to put in new ways of doing things would be great, okay? Use that what-if scenario. This is quite a good one. When you look at something in business, and we go, oh, we can't do that, we can't do that. Yeah, we can't do that because we don't have the money. We can't do that because we don't have the resource. We can't do that because we don't. Just sit there and go, what if? What if we did have the money? And what if we did have the resource? How would we do it? And you know what? The amount of times I've done that with clients, and 50% of what they come up with, they can do anyway. But they've had to think at it slightly differently in order to get over the barrier of I can't do that because, we can't do that because. And this is all about expanding your horizons. Because if you do that, you're going to take more informed choices, there's going to be less need for feedback because what you're doing is feeding forward. Yeah? Okay. Help people, dare I say it, to be more solution focused than problem focused. Okay? Number 3, back to a target again. Be strategic, think of the future, plan ahead. Don't just wait for it to happen, okay? Because then feedback's going to have to come in when it goes wrong. If you are strategic and specific, if you want to go with that as well, and you are thinking of the future, you know, to a certain degree, plan it out, know what's coming, okay? Be selective as well. So purposely choose your direction. Don't just let life take you along, okay? Because if it does, we start going down avenues and then think, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Then somebody has to give you feedback and da-da-da-da-da. So try and be selective. Now, it's much easier to be strategic and be selective if you've just done number 1 and 2 of feeding forward, okay? Much, much easier to do. Create new thinking, understand talent, understand the talent pool around you, and so on and so on and so on. I honestly believe there is nothing on this planet I can't do. Now, I might have some physical limitations to certain things, but if somebody asked me to do something and I really wanted to do it, that's not me being big-headed saying, yeah, I could do it. It's me going, there is enough people on this planet that can help me do it. Okay, my daughter came to me the other day and she went, Dad, I'm stuck on my own work. Now she's 16, walk on the moon. I tell you what, I'll give it a go. You never know, do you, Christian? By the time another 40 years, I hope to be around. Those commercial flights and stuff, you never know, don't take it out of the equation, yeah? The point is, there's certain things that I would put my mind to and do because I know I've got the resources of the world if I just go and look for them. So my daughter came to me and said, I'm stuck on my own work, Dad. Now she's 16, okay? I'm stuck on my own work. And my response was, no, you're not. And she went, no, I am. I'm really stuck. I don't know what to do. I said, there is no way on this, excuse me, there is no way on this planet you are stuck. Because at your fingertips, you have billions of pages of texts, videos. You can connect several other people together in the world, people you don't already know. I said, with all due respect, darling, when I was stuck on my own work, I had to walk to a library, right? There is no way you're stuck. If you need my help, ask for my help, but don't tell me you're stuck, because nobody's really stuck anymore. We don't get stuck. Because the answers, 9 times out of 10, are already out there. What we have to do is go and put the time and effort in to go and look for them and understand the talents and do some different thinking and be solution focused and all the other stuff we've kind of come together. Okay? And it's all about feeding forward for your success, for your team's success, for your peers' success. Okay? Feed forward is also ongoing. All of that stuff I've just said, it's a regular thing, it's a culture. Yeah, I think that comes up in a moment actually. Be authentic, be yourself, okay? Don't pretend to be anything you're not. You need to adapt behaviour in certain situations to get the best out of people around you, but be authentic. Make feed forward part of your daily routine. It's part of my monthly routine. I have a goal once a month to link in with somebody using LinkedIn that I don't know, somebody I want to link in with, and ask them a question. That's what I do, and 9 times out of 10 I get an answer. 9 times out of 10. They don't even know me. And I link and I send them a question. Let's say it could be an expert in neurology or psychology or whatever. And I think, oh, I'll look at their profile, that's really interesting, I'll ask them a question. 9 times out of 10 I get an answer. I've started trying to make feed forward part of what I do. Learning stuff and trying to take the blinkers off and all this type of stuff. I try it with my team as well. We sit down once a month and go, what we're doing really well and what could we do even better? Yeah, what could we do this? What could we do? Let's take the blinkers off, yeah? Okay. Don't use a rubbish sandwich. Okay, so this goes back to feedback, okay? People, I don't know if people know what a rubbish sandwich is, but there's a worse phrase for it. But basically what it is sitting down with somebody, telling them something bad, telling them something good and telling them something bad. Or the other way around. They try it even the other way around. Tell them something good, tell them something bad, tell them something good. Well, either way don't work. Because I'll guarantee you, even if you tell them 2 good things against 1 bad thing, they'll remember the bad thing. So you might as well just go in, give them the feedback. As long as it's timely and it's based on fact and all the other stuff that we've done today, just give them the feedback. Don't try and sandwich it. Give them feedback regularly, timely, helpful feedback, constructive feedback, same times, okay? Give examples of feed forward. What if you did this? What if you did that? Yeah? So give those examples, okay? Because being authentic is really important. You've got to be you. Refine group dynamics, okay? So create a feed forward culture. It's a team sport with a little bit of sarcasm in it, okay? If you're feeding forward, you want to try and create where everybody does that. Because the more people that do all of that feed forward stuff, you know, open up the blinkers, look at new possibilities, find new information, all that type of stuff, the more people that do that, the more informed choices are, the less feedback that we have to do. So try and get other people involved in it, yeah? And it shouldn't just be top down. Yeah, if anything, you could argue bottom up, across, down, up, don't really matter, does it? Everybody can create this culture of feed forward. I know Pete was interested in this session today as well. He can't be on it, unfortunately. He's on every week, but he's got a couple of urgent work things he's had to deal with today. So we'll watch the videos and stuff afterwards. Do it regularly. Make habits. Yeah, in turn, people will respond better. So again, create those dendrites, create those pathways, right? And finally, impact. Have impact. Now, I did a session last week that was called Impact and Presence, or Presence and Impact, one or the other, or it might have been the week before. That will be on YouTube. That was a lot of feedback on that as well. People love that. But have impact, okay? Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it straightforward. Yeah, when you're trying to feed forward, what could we possibly do? How can we do it? Let's be solution focused. Get to the point. Let's not waffle around it. Yeah, because you will have more impact. Be specific. No interpretation. Okay, and be genuine. Be you when you're doing this kind of thing. Okay.